Hello guys, this is Prime Gaming, and I know this is supposed to be a gaming channel, but for this video it's going to be an exception because today I'm going to talk about water pollution and how plants can filter it and solve it, and maybe future solutions, better solutions to water pollution. Before getting into the topic, I'll need to talk about water pollution, how and what caused it. Such pollution happened because sewage from domestic households, factories, and commercial buildings, plus oil pollution caused by oil spills from tankers and oil from the ship travel, etc. Now, comparing these two graphs, on the left you can see it's a graph of the amount of fertilizer and water used in the world. Almost 100 million tons of both nitrogen and phosphate fertilizers are used in the year 2010. And these fertilizers will eventually flow to the groundwater into the ocean. Now look at the right graph. It's a percentage of pollutant released into the ocean. It shows that only 20% of the water pollution is caused by farm runoff. It is hard to believe that much waste is going to the sea, so we must do something for it. One of the most energy efficient and money saving methods is to plant plants. First, people must know some few things. Basically, every plant helps reduce pollution. They absorb pollutants like nitrogen, phosphorus by using bacteria on their roots. These bacteria help break down the bond between the pollutant and the soil particle. It is still not enough to go against the rate of the growth of pollution. One of the reasons is the kind of plants planted. For example, corn. If we only plant corn on a piece of land, the land will become infertile since the corn doesn't return nutrients to the land, meaning less and less plants can be planted on the surface of the earth. Due to this reason, people eventually started planting certain species of plants. For example, poplar trees. This kind of tree is common throughout the northern hemisphere. It grows fast, strong, and absorbs more pollutant than other normal trees, making it the perfect tree for phytoremediation. Phytoremediation is the use of plants to grow clean soils, sediment, surface water, and groundwater from pollution. The most direct meaning is low-cost solar energy technique for companies to use. To be specific, poplar trees can filter particles and methane from the air. When planted in swales, they retain and filter water from the rain, reducing storm surges and runoff of flood-prone states like Iowa. And they can treat sewage. Tiny organisms around the root break down pollutants like ammonia or oil spill. The only bad thing about this tree is that its hard roots can destroy the basis of a building. So planting it in the city is not really a great idea, unless you plant poplar trees the right way. The next is the myriad leaf, an aquatic plant found in the North Temperate Zone, mostly in Europe and Russia. It is not well known to the world, but its ability to absorb pollutants is outstanding. It can absorb pollutants in water like iron ions, ethanol, benzyl, and chromium. According to the Russian Academy, their experiments have shown that the myriad leaf is more efficient than bacteria that breaks the substance down. They can control the amount of phosphate ions, which means the controls of growth of algae. It can also be used in sewage, rivers, and lakes. Plus, they grow fast, and they are tough. Unfortunately, its efficiency in absorbing pollutants would decrease after taking in too much. They grow fast, so maintaining the amount of myriad leaf would cost money and resource. It could also die from a certain disease. The real question to this environmental problem is it is just not enough. So what can we do to solve this problem? What if scientists can improve these plants? What if we can genetically create the perfect plant against pollution? The purpose of genetic engineered species are to benefit humanity, if this is the right way to say it. We can take the gene from the poplar tree and myriad leaf to create the perfect plant, but in order to do that, we'll need the help of certain bacteria. Agrobacterium trophiscium, a kind of fungi that is used in uses its plasmid called the Ti plasmid, injecting only part of the gene called the tDNA, transfer DNA, at the wound of the plant. What this does is the tDNA will later combine and become part of the plant's genome, causing mutation. The symptom is called the crown gall disease, which is basically just tumor for plants. It affects many species of plants, and scientists have found a way to use this as an advantage. This is a Ti plasmid. The tDNA is the main sequence that gets injected into the plant cell. What is special about this plasmid is that it can be accepted by the plant cell. The way to use this is as an advantage to replace the tDNA with a gene of interest. By using restriction enzymes like E. coli, we can take the gene sequence of allowing the plant to absorb more pollutants and grow faster, which these pollutants are actually helping the plant to grow, and it could use to be cut down the tDNA part, leaving two sticky ends, so that the gene of interest and the antibiotic resistance gene can connect to the plasmid. DNA ligase is in charge of connecting these genetic information. We can use methods like electroporation to insert the Ti plasmid into the agrobacterium, growing these samples in an agar plate. Then we take a colony of agrobacterium with a scalpel from the plate. Then we wound the leaf of the plant. The agrobacterium then attaches to the cell wall, injecting the target DNA into the host. This portion of the tDNA will randomly transfer to the gene into the plant genome. Then take a portion of the tissue of the wound leaf and place it at an agar plate until it grows callus, which is a regeneration of plant cells. We can constantly culture the callus and grow them in other plates, since not all of them have the tDNA inside of them. When the plant starts to grow, we eliminate the plants without the tDNA with a certain chemical that the plants with a resistance gene can survive. The ideal pros of this plant can bring is having higher efficiency of cleaning pollutants from the water, especially in rural areas, prevent erosion, provide wood, increase job opportunity, which are planting, harvesting, wood, and fruits, etc. And the possible cons is that this plant could die from other diseases, lower wood quality, attract unwanted insects. And that will be the end of this video. Hope that you can subscribe my channel and follow my future videos. Peace!